Welcome to NotShoes. NotShoes, for you first-timers, is our shoe show here on youtube.com/Notsam. Don't look at us like we're experts, like we're doctors of the shoe business, like we're going to dive deep. Like we're a couple of shoe enthusiasts, I'll say. Not even experts, enthusiasts that have to get some of this this collecting stuff off of our chest every month or so. So we do it here on YouTube, and we talk about what we like, and we hope that you enjoy it too. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment, and hit subscribe. Turn the alerts on. Do the whole thing. Everything that any other YouTuber tells you to do for us as well. I say us because my pal Reed is here.
Yes, I am. Once again,
Reed,
super excited.
Super excited. It's an exciting time. Last week, month, show, we went over, I guess it was the new, we kind of closed out 2019.
Yeah, which was a great year for sneakers, actually, looking back on it.
Great year for sneakers, and we looked into 2020. Now, January wasn't the busiest month in the world for sneakers, but that's pretty typical. I mean,
Yeah.
they went pretty hard in December, getting all the Christmas releases and everything out. Took it easy in January.
Waiting for everyone to get the tax refund money.
Getting the tax refund money. But February, this might be the busiest month in sneakers ever. February is always busy because...
That's a big statement.
But, I mean, look at everything that's coming out.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at what I want to get, right? February is always busy because All-Star Weekend. Like, every year...
Yeah.
There's but a lot of times there's a couple of All-Star Weekend releases. Like Jordan usually has like one big. A few years ago it was the Jordan 1 Chameleon.
Yeah.
You know, wasn't the Homage to Home shoe an All-Star Weekend release?
I forget.
I don't remember, but there's always All-Star Weekend releases. Except this year, they're just making it All-Star month, and throughout February it's just release, and then Yeezy's coming, release,
Exactly.
and then Reebok's coming. And going like, what about the Tom and Jerry's?
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
It's just there is so much stuff coming out now. Our producer, Hot Dog over there, Hot Dog, you jumped in on this. You got swept up in February release month too, yes?
I saw there were some sneakers coming out this morning, and then I put an alarm for 10 a.m., which was a mistake apparently, because as soon as I got in, I got on the app at 10:01.
Nah, it's too late.
Yeah.
Too late. Look. Should we go over...
He set his alarm for 10 a.m. If you have to get to class at 10 a.m., you don't set your alarm for 10 a.m. 9:30.
I didn't know how big of a deal it was.
What, you think we just do a show because it's not a big deal? We do a whole show about it.
Yeah.
I didn't know how crazy this sneaker
Oh,
was
this
gonna be.
specific
Yeah.
release.
Oh, yeah.
No, you're right. A Jordan 1 retro with the 85 cut.
I think we spent like 10 minutes last show talking about them. Like, they were important shoes.
I saw them and I was like, I want them. And then I was like, oh, okay, I'll wake up at 10 and then, I'll get there and
Nice 900 can get them.
nice and early. Yeah.
Yeah, now they're going for 900, which they'll go down, by the way. They will go down.
I don't know, because I think there's a lot more people. Like, again, for me, emotionally, I don't have the connection to those sneakers. Like, I think they're cool and I would love to own them, but I think the people that would pay that money for them are more like you. People that
But
are
they're
invested in them.
All right, then let's dive right in.
And they could be holding on to their pairs.
Well, I want to get into... Let's go over all the releases first.
Okay.
These are all the releases that I want. And so far, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All Nike. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, sure.
Jordan heavy. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
But so far, I'm 0 for 3, which is not like me. 0 for 3 so far. So I've missed the Dunk Low plums. I told you last show, going into 2020, it was going to be a dunk heavy year. And we do have some pickups, by the way. I know we usually start with those, but I feel like this February stuff, this is
The
where...
glass is a little half empty today.
Right. I'll get to the pickups, but it's not an impressive pickups month. So I didn't get the plum Dunk Lows,
And
the plums, for me, that was a big release because they're gorgeous shoes, and because that's a release of a pair that I believe came out in like 2002, and I think it was Japanese exclusive.
Ooh, I love Japan.
And so they're finally, that's real creepy. And so they're finally, bringing it back.
Yeah.
But of course, I mean, I guess I'm not the only one who realized that this was a dunk year because everybody now is obsessed
set their alarms for
with Dunk Lows.
9:59.
They did. Yeah, they got it in a minute before Hot Dog. And they were able to scoop them all up.
Those plums, real quick, the proof that they are objectively beautiful shoes
Yeah.
is I have no emotional attachment to them. Honestly, the first time I saw them was when these were releasing, and I looked at them. I'm like, oh no, I would want those Dunks.
Do you even like Dunks?
No, I'm not a big like. I didn't collect them when I was a kid like that.
Right.
I was a lot more into Jordans and just Nike and that kind of stuff. Oh, Yeezys, but I could never have Yeezys. But those shoes are objectively beautiful,
It's
and
so
I would
funny
love those.
So funny that you're like, yeah, when I was a kid, there was Yeezys. I was like,
Well,
it just came out like 3 years ago.
Well, like Air. Well, I guess yes. I'm thinking like
But you're a young
10-year-old,
guy.
10-year-old
No, I get
read.
it. Yeah.
10-year-old read, early 2010s. You know.
I went through. I've told you what I had that I had Airwalks when I was a kid, like in middle school. But
because
I
we
mean,
had swag.
super swag. But I mean, skate shoes were big back then. So the first real I had Airwalks. I spent a lot of time in Chuck Taylors. A lot of like every color of Chuck Taylors you could ever imagine.
Which is the go-to shoe if you don't have as much money, but you want to have a little bit of in
Yeah,
your
some
game.
style.
Some
Yeah.
style for sure.
And then the first real sneakers that I started getting into were Dunk Lows.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got one of my original pairs from like 2001.
Why is that? Were they like cheaper back then or something like that? Is that like
It's not that they're cheaper. It's just that
they just became the craze?
skate shoes were cool. Like skate shoes aren't cool anymore. I mean, Dunk
Yeah,
Lows are
yeah, I
coming
know
back,
what you
but there was
mean.
like for a whole generation. I mean, because
Like Tony Hawk. I guess I'm just wondering is it
there
actually
wasn't just one way to be cool back then. Like it was like you could be a rock kid, or you could be a hip hop kid, or you
I
could be a
gotcha.
skate kid, or a punk kid, or they're like. I mean, I guess that still happens today, and there's,
but not as much. I get what you're saying.
you know what I mean? Like there's still. So for me, I didn't know. Like I knew that Jordans were cool. I admired other people wearing Jordans, but I didn't know enough about the Jordan kind of culture
Mm-hmm.
to know what to get or how to get it. I was a little hot dog. You know what I mean? I didn't know how to do it, but I knew that I could go into Foot Action and there'd be some cool dunks there
Yeah.
and I could get those.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. That makes a lot more sense. That's honestly, I think that's why you and a lot of people have that emotional attachment to them because it's a lot more of an organic
Yeah.
kind of love for them as opposed to like nowadays celebrities are the reasons you get into shoes lots
Right,
of times.
right.
You know,
Yeah,
and
totally.
and that's cool on its own level because you have an emotional attachment to that celebrity. But like as a sneakerhead, my favorite sneakers the ones that like I actually myself kind of got into. Myself started liking for whatever reason.
I also love stories attached to sneakers.
Yeah.
You know that.
Of course.
And so the fact that there's a story with the plum, I was like, oh, I got to get it. And then I didn't get it. So
It's a short little tragedy.
I didn't get that. Another Dunk Low came out, the Strange Loves. Skate company called Strange Love put together this Dunk Low. It's like it's for Valentine's Day, I guess. It's pinks and whites. And it's almost like not like a velvet, but almost like a plush velvety
suede.
material.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, not quite suede because it's like softer than that.
Like what they would make a little soft pillow out of. I know what you mean. Like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Kmart cheap
Yeah,
pillow.
yeah, like not quite like almost like a feathered satin. I
Yeah.
don't know, but and like a speckled icy bottom, and I mean they're incredible. And then they did this great thing on their Instagram, Strange Love. They posted a photo of the shoes that somebody had already skated in, so they were all dirty and stuff. Because you look at them and you're like, oh, these are like they're made out of pillow
Yeah,
fabric.
you,
like
you don't want to wear them
wanna-
when it's too windy. They
you-
might blow off your feet.
you don't want to like dirty them up because it looks like you're wearing like a jacket on your feet, kind of. But then you look at them dirty and you're like, oh, that's badass.
Yeah, I mean,
And you're like, okay, now I gotta have them. So I had to have those. I didn't get them.
oh no, of course.
No, I didn't get 'em.
February is the month of L's,
No, it is the month of L's. And then the most tragic of all so far.
but those aren't the most tragic.
No. The most tragic
No, I know. I just wanted to reiterate this because I like kind of twisting the knife sometimes.
were the Jordan 1 retro reverse breads.
You mean those ones we talked
High
about for a long
85.
time?
Yeah.
You seem to you were into them,
I had like 4 different people trying to get them. None of them got them.
huh? That sucks, man.
Good thing Hot Dog wasn't getting them for me. He was getting them for himself because I would have been so pissed if he was like, I don't know, man. I got a text. So I'm sitting there. It was the only thing that brought me joy when I was going through because I'm sitting there and you know before the L comes when this is going to be an L, like you can already think,
You're seasoned enough.
yeah, that's right. Like you already kind of know before you go in. Like last night, I was like not counting on a W. I was saying I've done crazier things have happened.
You'd rather be surprised than disappointed, though.
Right, but I'm sitting there going like, this is not a layup by any stretch of the imagination. And then I go in and they're like, I'm trying to get both shoes at the same time
Mm-hmm.
because the Strange Loves and the Reverse Breds came out at the same time. So I'm trying to get them both. And I'm like, I'm going to start with the Reverse Breds because I figure they'll be more popular. And there's only 23,000 pairs that were made. That doesn't seem like that limited, to tell you the truth, but it is.
Because I think everyone that's getting them again, like the Concord 11s, they're holding on to those. Like I think a lot less people are going to resell them. Okay,
I'll talk to you about that. But when I went in and my wife was doing it too, I was like, ignore the babies for a second. Let's get these shoes right now. And so we're both doing it at the same time, and she's like, it says they couldn't process my payment. Oh no. And I'm going through.
What did you do?
It's like, okay, do it on Apple Pay. Apple Pay, click, click, spin. By like the fifth spin, you're like, we're screwed. We're not getting them this morning. We're not getting. I sat there going, neither pair. And I was sitting there the whole time, just watching them. And then, so no payment ever went through for the Jordan 1s. Like I didn't even not get them. I didn't complete anything. Like I was never even in line.
Yeah.
And then with the Strangeloves, I was probably in line 12 times.
Someone just took them out from under you?
No, I was in line, and it'd be like pending, and then it would go back to $100. And I'm like, oh, no. No, so the app is just completely botted up.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. That's what happened with both of these. That's going to happen all month. Sneakers somehow has not figured out how to get around at least some of the bots. Because the bots come on, and it's like Terminator. The bots just come on, and they completely take over the app, and it won't stop. So later this month, what I'm looking at, and this one I don't even know because it's not on sneakers yet. It's supposed to be coming out within days of this taping. As long as you take to edit these shows, they'll probably will have come out a month ago. But the New Beginnings pack, which we talked about last month, with the Jordan 1 and the Nike Air Ship, the red and whites. The Jordan 1, actually, if you look at it, it's the white version of the reverse Bred that came out.
Yeah.
It's just the same. And then the Air Ship is the original.
Like before Jordan 1.
Right, that was the shoe that Jordan was going to wear. And it's coming in a pack. It's going to be $350 for both pairs. One big shoe box.
Which is a good
both
deal.
Both pairs, $350. Yeah, so you get that's like what, $175 a pair.
That's good. Awesome.
Totally good by me, especially since the Jordan 1s that came out today were $200.
Exactly. I mean, as an Yeezy fan myself, $300 is what like 700s go for in retail.
Right. So $350 for two good pairs of Jordans.
Yeah. That's a steal.
But I think on the Foot Locker app, they're available. Like you can reserve them, but they're only going to be in Chicago Foot Lockers because that's what it is. All-Star Weekend is in Chicago this year.
Yeah.
So like Jordan is just going batshit crazy.
It's so funny how they do that too, because it's all just one corporate intermingling of like, because these guys are playing basketball here, we're gonna do all this sneaker stuff there. Like it's
yeah.
Anyway, that's a whole different rant. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, it is frustrating.
But
sure.
And so the New Beginnings pack hasn't popped up on the sneakers app at all. Everybody's losing their minds for it anyway. So however they figure out how to get them, I'm assuming there's going to be a shock drop or something for them, and I'm not going to get them.
But I feel like if they shock drop, that's more likely that they're just not going to be ready to handle it. Like I feel like if they at least
of course they're never ready to handle any of it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean,
it's ridiculous until I win, and then I'm like, sneakers app is perfect.
Of course, I think that's how it always works.
Yeah, the only rant I tweeted that my relationship with the sneakers app is the most toxic relationship in my life. Because it's like
that's actually great.
When I went, like you should have seen me sitting in Las Vegas in a hotel room when I found out that the draw came through and I won the Travis Scott 6s. When I won the Travis Scott 1s, I was like, this is the best sneaker app in the world.
So convenient. I hit a couple buttons and I have my favorite new sneakers.
Perfect.
So simple and seamless.
It's easy. And then my friends are texting me going like, this is crap. I didn't get them. And I'm like, you aren't doing it right because I got them. Then when I don't get them, I'm like, why can't they get around these bots? This is crazy.
Ridiculous.
You don't run a business like this.
Although I think you have a lot. I mean, unless if you cop the shoes without a bot, and then I can understand you getting frustrated when you don't get the shoes though because you're not using a bot. You know what I mean?
Not using a bot.
That is the one caveat I will say is that even if the app was crappy, that's not the problem. It's that they're crappy in the wrong areas. Like the number one thing you should guard against is people taking advantage of your system. I mean, and it just continues to happen. That's what frustrates me because they have enough money. Are you really telling me that there's not enough money in that company to be able to defend? And if there is, then they just don't care.
Yeah.
That's the root of the frustration.
They got theirs.
Huh?
They got theirs.
I mean, I guess so, but
it's just that kind of stuff gets me unreasonably mad.
You'd think they'd be annoyed that so many people buying from them are just buying them so they can sell them for more money. Like Nike's not getting the resale money.
But I think actually Nike kind of likes that. I think Nike
'cause-
likes the idea of making their stuff seem more prestigious.
This is what I was talking to my wife about, actually. I think that because they're only going to make so much money, they put out 23,000 pairs
Yeah.
of a shoe that costs $200. You're only going to make 46 grand off of it. Or what? I mean, that's actually, no, you'd make 400.
Yeah.
You'd make $1 billion off of it. Look, I'm saying there's a limited amount of money that you can make off of that. But I think what that does is it builds hype so that when a shoe comes out that everybody can get, like the black satin Jordan 1 that came out, that was pretty easy to get. Hot Dog, that's the one you got, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when that comes out, it adds the cachet to the brand. So even if it's gettable, it's still like, oh, that's a cool shoe because of all the hype that is built on releases like this.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. I think people always, and I don't expect everyone to know the inner workings business of like Nike, but their number one selling shoe of all time, I believe, is the Nike Monarch. Like they make their money off of the shoes we don't want,
Right.
But they get their social currency from what we want from them. They're not like
Yeah, why do you think they put like 16 garbage mids out that just sit on Foot Locker?
because people that want to be part of the culture,
Yes.
want to get into sneakers, will pay the cheaper price for those.
and they're not all nerds like us.
Yeah, that's
I thought I
me.
was coughing. My
No.
bad.
Hot Dog, you didn't get a mid though. You got a high. I could still. It was
Okay.
just a gettable high. It's still you still get credit for.
Thank
it.
you.
What I'm
thank you.
saying is, Sam's completely right. The amount of
Thank
money, if
you.
you just think about the amount of money profit they make off of 23,000 pairs of shoes, that's nothing to a $1 billion corporation like Nike. So then why are they doing it?
With terms
Social
like
currency.
imagine the amount of money profit they make. I'm assuming you went to business school.
No, I went to business school for sure.
yeah. We're looking to make some money profit with feet shoes. Then that's not all. Later this month, you got the Jordan 1 North Carolina to Chicago's with the black base, the sort of North Carolina blue on top, and
Yeah.
the red toe box.
Yeah, I don't love that color combo.
They're not as good as the top threes, that's
No.
for sure. Top threes are the best. I have those.
I know.
Those, and I'm only saying that now in case I don't get the North Carolina
Yeah,
to
no,
Chicago's.
Just in case.
But those, I think, will be more gettable. They're not going to be in stores, but, like, I'm a little bit more optimistic about getting my hands on them. They're technically a women's pair, but they're bringing these up to, like, women's 16 and a half, I think, which is a men's
They know
15.
the game. They know the game.
So, yeah,
They
so-
know the game.
Yeah, this is not one where they say it's a women's pair, but it's not. So I'm going to need my, I'm a 10 and a half, so I guess that's a women's 12.
I think it's also for like, I think they also do that in this complete conspiracy theory. I think they also do that to kind of root out the true sneakerheads. Where like if you're a true sneakerhead, you really want this, you'll wear the woman's shoe. You'll be like, I don't
Easy.
care. But if you're a casual buyer, oh, it's only in women's. Oh, I'm not going to wear a woman's shoe because if you're not if you're not really certain about what the culture will think about your shoes, you won't take the risk and wear the woman's shoes.
True.
So I put 3 notifications for this month for sneakers, and one of them was the one that came out today. But yeah, I did see one that I did like, and I did put a notification, but then I took it off when I realized it was women's.
No,
See?
you can still buy
Nope.
it. You just have to size up a size and a half.
Don't let them assume your gender at the checkout.
Okay.
Okay.
So what? Hot Dog, you're a men's 5.5. Is that right?
8.5.
Oh,
actually.
okay. I didn't.
5.5 is my
realize.
actual size.
Oh, I see. I see. So an 8.5. So you need a women's 6.
Oh, that's very doable.
Or no,
No,
8.5.
women's 10 would be
Yeah,
it.
women's 10.
Actually,
yeah,
I have
'cause
no
need
idea.
a women's 12. No, that's right. It's a size and a half up.
I'll
All
get
right.
back on it.
So you need a women's 10. Yeah, definitely get on it. Although, like, Hot Dog also doesn't realize that he's going on sneakers trying to get size 8.5. Like, good luck. It's never gonna happen.
Yeah, well, when they make shoes, they don't make the same amount of shoes, like each size. Like they may
Yeah.
make hypothetically, say they make 100 shoes.
You know what?
5 of them might be size 12, and 20 of them might be size 10 because they're selling more size 10
I'll look up right now, Hot Dog, so you can know. Okay.
on
As,
StockX.
as of this taping on StockX,
Mm.
the reverse breads that came out today that you and I were both going for, Hot Dog, $8.95 for a 10.5. That's my size.
Yeah,
I forgot that.
it's paying someone's rent.
I forgot that you're an 8.5. It's $1,100.
Jesus.
Now I do think it's going to go down, but we'll get there in a second. So there's that shoe. This is my list. This isn't even just all the releases.
It is a crazy month.
Further down my list, and this is chronological. This isn't in order of what I want. The Jordan 3 red cement.
I love those.
I think they're a staple. I think they're going to be pretty easy to get.
They're so.
I think a lot of people got them in the shock drop, a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
I did not. I found out a minute too late and missed out on them. But I feel like that's a pair, almost like the black cements were. I feel like that's a pair that the Jordan brand wants everybody who wants them to have. Again, I don't think they'll sit in stores, but I think if you go on release day
Yeah.
and you do your Foot Locker reservations, you put on sneakers, you'll get them. I think I'm optimistic about getting those. And they're doing them in the full family size.
And I think those shoes, if we're talking, remember we just mentioned about how lots of times Nike will sell shoes at such limited amounts just for the social currency. I think there are rare sneakers where the Venn diagram meets in the middle, where they have that social currency, but they can sell a lot of them and still make, like the Concord 11s.
Or the Bred 11s.
Or the Bred 11s.
Yeah.
I think, or Jordan 1s, if they, I mean, if
They
really,
never do it. I mean, they could do it for the Chicagos, but they
That's
don't.
what I'm saying. But I think these shoes are exactly that. They're so, and to me, they remind me of late 2000s, that red sneaker craze of just super bright. And so I love them for that.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people will do this. So they're going to be one of those shoes that have a lot of items, and then people will hold on to them, and so they'll be more valuable.
Yeah, I think that they'll go up in value eventually, but it'll be a good 2 years before they go up in value because I think everybody will have their hands on them. And then the final release on my list for this month. This is all this month.
The L list.
I know, all of it. Is the Off-White Jordan 5s.
Just those? Just going to top it off. I mean,
I thought I was done with Off-White. They're so nice.
You're not done with Off-White. No one's done with Off-White.
No one will ever be done with Off-White.
For as fast as people
I'm still pissed that I didn't get the dunks.
I know you are, but what I'm saying is for as fast as people were to try and jump on the Off-White hype, there is a section of people in our community trying to be the first ones to jump off of it, to be like, oh, Off-White is not going anywhere. You will be labeling shoes for the next 10 years, and people will want to buy them.
When Virgil went over to Louis, people were like, well, then Off-White's dead. And then he was like, well, what about this? And people were like, no, that's nice.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
What if I just put a little LV next to, the Nike Louis Vuitton collabs that are going to be coming soon? I bet you those things are going to start being fire in 2 years. Like, there's so many things he could do.
And people are a little bit trying to hate on the Off-White Jordan 5s by being like, what do you need the holes in the tongue for? The holes look stupid. Okay, relax.
The things I've been thinking about are imagine when Nike decides to make an Off-White Travis Scott collab. Stuff like that. Like I could see them starting to collab different. Like there is
A
possibilities.
collab of a collab?
Kind of
Like Travis Scott collab with Virgil, collab with Nike?
Well, because they're both come from the Kanye camp too, so they could definitely write some kind of BS corporate story about how like these two guys.
Everything goes back to Kanye.
I mean, I love Kanye. I'm a Kanye stan, but that is true. Kanye had signed Travis Scott, and he was also boys with, Virgil, as they were coming up in the fashion world too. So
they were both interns, but Virgil was actually a fashion intern.
No, I know. But what I'm trying to say is I think that this Off-White craze, this Jordan 5.
And you think like Jordan's great marketing would be like, hey, our biggest sneaker competitor?
Yeah.
You should buy the sneakers made from his students.
Well, they're not going to sell that story, but we all know the story. Those are two guys I could very easily see them making a story together and making a collab shoe that would just destroy the market.
I know you're going to hate to hear this. The sneakers that Travis Scott have made are so much better than Yeezys. So much better.
And we'll be right back.
the 1, the 6,
no,
the 4.
No, because if we're going to get into this debate, I love Travis Scott's Jordan, so we're going to put that right there. But what I will say is his level is not at Kanye's level, because what Kanye makes are shoes. What Travis Scott makes are remakes of Jordan shoes.
No, you're right. Kanye never gets repetitive.
No, I think. Okay, what I'm saying is, and I have consistent. If you guys go back and listen to other episodes, I consistently say, because Kanye makes new silhouettes, he makes new sneakers. Jordan played in these. Kanye made those in Calabasas. These were made in Chicago, not by. These aren't Travis Scott ones.
They look just like the Balenciagas.
No, okay. Now you get into the thing, because you can only make a shoe look so many
Don't they
ways.
look just like the Balenciagas.
Okay, but this silhouette came out years ago. Stop poking. You guys know what I'm trying to say. You can poke holes in my argument because I'm not making as good an argument as I should, but you guys know what I'm saying.
I'm going to trigger him.
You're triggering
every
him.
show. I promise you
I'm ignoring them. Look at me. Look at me. Kanye is not...
Trigger alert. Trigger alert. Trigger alert.
Whatever. I will disagree with you on that, but I understand why you think that. Because you're a Jordan head. So it's
I like Yeezys too. I know you do. 2 of them on the table right here. I'm telling you that the Travis Scott sneakers are better.
Okay.
You know, that's all.
No, I appreciate that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's cool. It's great.
Off-Whites are better too. So,
oh my God.
So,
I hate these off-white 5s. I hate them. Trash.
You know, the thing about Virgil is everything he knows he learned from Kanye.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Anyways. But what I do think about funny, you talking about the design of the off-white 5s.
Yes.
As a big Dwayne Wade fan, grew up in Miami. My favorite player of all time. He had a shoe with Jordan where he would have like the sneaker and he just had a white hole, a see-through hole in the side of the sneaker. Was it real? And people trashed Dwayne Wade. It was so ugly.
Was there material in it, or was it just a straight hole you could see socks?
It wasn't a hole. It was like it was, how do I say? It
was like a mesh?
Like a see-through plastic almost.
Okay.
Kind of like, it was ugly. I hated it and I was a Dwayne Wade fan. People trashed him for it. Virgil puts these in these off-white 5s. People are like, nice touch. Nice touch. I bet you anything he got that idea from those Dwayne Wade shoes.
Or maybe
no one
Kanye.
else
Maybe Kanye gave it to him, right?
Yeah, no, Kanye gives
gives
out a lot of game.
When Virgil was like, "Oh, I wish I knew as much about fashion as you, Kanye."
Yeah, he's just like, you need to leave space for them to imagine what the shoe would look like. Like, that's your imagination hole. Like like, you can imagine any kind of pattern right there.
Yeah, Virgil was walking around. I think some of these fashion shows wearing the 5s, the off-white 5s.
I saw it with the baggy jeans.
Knows, yeah,
he don't care.
Baggy jeans.
He looks like he was working maintenance on a house or something like that.
Yeah, everybody was surrounding him in the picture.
Of course, even Drake and I think Drake and Travis Scott were there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I'm very excited about them. They're probably.
You think you're gonna get them? Like honestly, if we're being honest with you, just me and you.
I mean, it would have to be a lot of luck.
Yeah.
I
Hot
think
dog, you should try and get them.
No, I am.
I woke up-
I'm actually reserved for one of them. Or I'm
nice.
I did a notification.
All right, cool.
The notification should be good.
Yeah, no.
I put the notification on. Should be set.
I think that's what
10
hot dog.
a.m.
I think that's what hot dog thinks using bots are. Is that his bots will just tell you when the shoes
Turn
are
the
available.
notification
That's
on.
what he thinks.
Yeah, I got the alarm. I
My
don't
bot
understand.
gave me my
No
notification
problem.
too.
Went into settings and said yes, alerts.
Cheating the game now.
Yeah, they're gonna be. I think they're gonna be a draw.
Which I like,
I like that too.
unless you don't win, then it's rigged by all their friends.
You know,
That's the only downside about the drawings.
a draw. I feel like when you have a sneaker that's that popular, you have more of a chance of actually getting it than that first come first serve bot nonsense. I feel like draws.
Have you ever won off a draw?
Yeah, the Travis Scott 6s were a draw.
Oh yeah. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
a wild feeling when you win a draw, too.
Yeah, I've never won a draw in my life.
It's crazy. Because that's one where you're like, okay, I'm going to put it in, but clearly I'm not going to win.
Yeah, I've won sneakers off of the. Like I remember I was doing a radio show for this old radio station while in college, and the Beluga 2.0s had dropped while I was on air. Like as if we're talking right now. No, there's no cameras on us. I had a computer there, and I was doing that where it was like loading for half an hour.
Yeah.
And that's the thrill of getting that. After that is awesome.
It's crazy.
But the draw might be more like less stress.
So, yeah, like a regular sneakers release is first come, first serve. You go, they usually go on sale at 10 a.m. East Coast time. You go on as soon as they go on sale, not 10:01, because your alarm went off at 10.
Whoopsies.
You go you're on the app at 9:59. So as soon as the button changes from coming soon to 160 or whatever the price is, you hit it, you put your payment in, double click it, do it as quick as possible, you're good to go. And hopefully you'll get it. A line forms, and within 2 minutes you find out if you got it or if they're sold out before you got it. With a draw, it can be anywhere from 10 minutes to a half hour usually. More often lately it's been like 10 minutes, which I prefer.
Yeah, then waiting an hour.
Well, yeah, because I feel like it gives more people opportunity to jump in on my draw.
Yeah.
But you go in, and within that 10 minutes, all you have to do is click buy. And then at the end of the 10 minutes, they do like a virtual lottery system. So that, however many pairs they have, that's how many names are pulled out, and you got them.
The sneakers app is trending still on Twitter.
Is it still?
No positive tweets at all.
No.
My favorite one.
Literally nobody got them.
Well, because also the people with their shoes are too busy admiring the fact that they got their shoes. They're not tweeting that out. The flexes are coming when they get the actual shoes.
You kidding me? I'd be tweeting out my got 'em photo at least 7 times.
You're a special breed.
Day.
My favorite tweet is someone posted the got 'em thing where you show the thing, but it's clown shoes instead.
Oh my god.
I
And
love
everybody
doing
thinks
that.
I have a hookup too because I'm on the radio, and I'm like, I'm just trying to win these things.
No,
off
I think if people
sneakers.
really knew you, even if you had the hookup, I mean, like, we talk about this all the time. It's the chase. The chase is the fun
It's
part.
the chase, yeah. You would know if I had a hookup. Like I'd just be like, yeah. I mean, whenever somebody
No, I
makes me a
poke and
trade,
prod sometimes. I do poke and prod too sometimes. Be like, hey, so how'd you get those? Mm-hmm.
I'll be like,
checks out.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
all right. Just wanted
yeah.
to see.
So-
Want to see.
let's get in. Okay, here's what we'll do. I'll talk about my pickups now.
Mhm.
Those are my 5 that I want. We still got other releases this month, so we'll probably end with those. I'm going to talk about my pickups,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're going to go a little deeper into the Jordan 1 reverse Bred,
Okay.
because I got thoughts about that.
I know you do.
So-
You've been pausing me twice for it.
I said, I said it was all about the dunks.
Yep.
This was a StockX purchase because I didn't get them when they first came out.
I saw this announcement on, by the way, follow at NotShoes on IG. I
At
saw it on
NotShoes
that.
underscore IG.
IG, my bad.
NotShoes underscore IG on Instagram. But I got these because I didn't mind getting them on StockX. So here's my new rule. As I'm, just collecting L's, like they're going out of style.
Yeah.
Last year, it was all about trying never to pay resale for anything. Just trying to get as much at retail as humanly possible, which I'm still in that game. However, now, if I'm going to pay resale or get it off StockX, unless it's within reason, I've got to sell to get.
I like that.
You know what I
like
mean?
that.
I've got to start because
Yeah,
plenty
so-
of shoes around here that I can sell. So, like, if I decide, like, I got to have these reverse Breds.
So technically, you still like if you sell a pair of $200 shoes for $250 that you paid $200. Technically, you're just flipping assets. You actually only took that
flipping
money.
assets is right. Yeah, exactly right.
So technically, you're not overpaying because the only reason you have that money is because you made a better investment somewhere else. Type of
Right.
deal.
Right. Or the idea is like, okay, this pair is worth $400. I'll sell this pair for $400. I'm going to buy that pair for $400 because I expect that pair is going to go up in value.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
These, I don't think I sold anything because I got them for under 200.
Mhm.
So as long as, like I said, I would have paid what I paid for these. I probably paid like $150 for them because I got them pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And it's the Viotech Dunk Lows, not SB Dunks,
Not the SB dunks.
just standard
they're
Dunk
not,
Lows.
yeah, they're not as fat.
No, that's exactly right. But I love these. These, I think, were originally released in the early 2000s. You can go back and see photos of like Robin Williams rocking them,
They are loud.
Pharrell rocking them. But I think that, yeah, they're loud, except I think the gray tongue and the gray laces make things super clean and bring it together very nicely.
Yeah.
And it's just a very good dunk. I just really like them.
Yeah, I don't
Purple
like,
bottoms.
I will say I do like the blue, the mid ones more. By what's the name of those? The blue, the great. The guy
Oh,
that-
yeah.
They
The
remind me
Jordan 1
too much
mids.
of them. So
Yes.
like if I was you, I would have rather have gotten those and just paused on these. But these are nice and clean.
Luckily, I got those too.
Well, I know you do. I'm talking about me if I'm trying to live that life.
But yeah, I think this is a good first 2020 pair of dunks.
also, is this like the new wave this year? This multi color palette
I don't
kinda thing.
think
Like
I don't think so. I think that
I don't know if I like it like that for it to be the new thing.
I think it's just going to be a couple of pairs that happen to come out within, close to each other.
Do you
'Cause-
think they released these because the popularity of the blue, the great mid ones? Because those got they were really well received by the community.
No, I mean, I think they just went through and looked at some of their popular dunks
Yeah.
from like the last 20 years, and this was on
That's
the list.
fair enough, yeah.
That's
Okay.
right. These, the plums, But yeah, so I'm super happy with these.
Did you double up or no?
We doubled up.
Doubled up.
Double up. Yes, this was a double up for sure.
Okay. I just had to make sure you didn't tell us.
Yeah, no, that's a double up. This next pair, not a double up. I decided not to, just because this pair is a total lark. It's just something that I remember when I was a kid, and these came out. I was
Mhm.
like, those are the coolest things ever.
I
But
love those shoes.
I at the time I didn't have the balls to wear them. I'm like, this isn't my space in the social environment that I'm in.
now plenty of balls.
I mean, are you kidding me? I'd wear these every day now.
Yeah.
But that's how I hold them. But back then, I was just not in the social space to be rocking these sneakers. These weren't for me.
So this is a beautiful moment.
Beautiful moment because we got the Shaq Gnosis. The Shaq Gnosis.
Again, I saw these on the at no shoes IG. I thought there was a joke, but of course it's not.
No. I mean, I got when I found
Holy
out.
Lord.
Look at the bottoms are dirty. I was wearing them.
Oh my no, the
I've worn them.
The bottoms are look. It looks like a zebra.
Ridiculous. They were some of the ugliest shoes ever. I love that Reebok retroed them. I mean, it's just so
oh my god,
funny. These
That's
were
so
though,
awesome,
dude. You don't understand.
I don't.
In '95, Shaq was the coolest thing in the world.
Well, I know him.
Shaq Attack, Shaq Fu.
He's an all-time great
And he
player,
came
but
out-
these are not all-time great shoes.
He came out with these. And it was like people rocked these. Shaq
Yeah.
was the man. Look at that Shaq logo.
They didn't have. You know what I'm starting? I do think social media has hurt us, but I think also it's kind of helped us because people have no fear of being made fun of for rocking shoes like this.
Why would
Like,
anybody
back
make
then-
fun? If anybody made fun of me for wearing these, I'd be like, you don't know what you're talking
Well,
about.
you can wear them now because they're cool, because of their memories or whatever. But like back in the day, if this shoe design come out, this is a crazy design.
I mean, it did come out back in the day.
no, I know, and people should have been made fun of for it more.
No, they weren't.
Okay,
I mean, you can also wear them with a sense of irony now, I think.
that's what I think it is. I
But
mean, although
they're great. They're great because this is people want to paint, the 90s to be better than it actually was. This is the 90s.
Really?
This
Well,
is the 90s.
they also have a very similar silhouette, like the Jordan 10, or
Yeah, I see that.
I see like that's where I look at them
the
as
big, fat, rounded, like bulky.
I will say the more I look at them, the more I kind of like them.
They're great. And
I
they're-
mean,
how often does Reebok get a hit? You know what I mean? Let's give Reebok some love every now and then.
yeah,
Putting out the Shaqnosis, putting out those Tom and Jerry's. I probably won't get.
they're
the Tom.
trying.
I'm not gonna put out. I'm not.
Hey,
gonna,
we're Reebok. Our app works.
yeah. By the way, these I found out when they were coming out, and then I forgot, and I got them a day later, and they still have them.
Oh no, how?
I don't know, but they're gone now. They did sell out.
They sold out?
Hell yeah,
How many pairs?
bro! I didn't make them.
I have a feeling that maybe there's a warehouse somewhere with some more shoes that could be bought in the down low.
I hope so. I didn't double up on them because I figured if I needed a second pair, it might not be that hard to get.
No, or or to lose.
Yeah, maybe you're right. But
I'm
that
proud
was
of you.
it.
That's a good moment. That's a good sneakerhead moment.
Yeah,
I
I
get
love
what
it.
you mean.
I love it, and I'll wear them every day if I want to.
You should.
That was it. Now let's talk about the the Jordan 1 reverse Bred. It's important reverse Bred that came out today. That is the reason it's a significant shoe is because for the first time, I think since '85, they've returned to the original cut. So it's not this cut is the cut they've been going with for a long time now.
Yeah.
And this is I mean a Jordan 1 retro, but the original cut is a little higher.
More
a little
80s.
more squared off. It's a little more it's a little more angular. The logo isn't quite so perfect, not so
Yeah.
quite 3D looking. It's just real little subtle changes, but it makes a big difference. Now, when these shoes first got introduced,
Mm-hmm.
people thought they were going to be the Breds, the classic Nike Jordan 1 Bred,
Mhm.
which I think is the shoe that you're thinking of. But this shoe that came out is not a Bred. It's a reverse Bred. It has a lot more red on it. See, the original Bred, I should have brought them over here. They're over there. It has, everywhere it's blue, it's red on the original Bred. However, on the new one that just came out, it's red going down here. It's red, like it's
a lot more red than
more
black.
red. Still a cool shoe because at first when people saw it, they said this is an ugly shoe. Like they
They
made
sat on shelves.
well, those ones didn't. Those ones didn't even come out.
Well, I'm talking about back in the day. Jordan, Jordans weren't hyped up. The same way.
So these ones, the reverse Breds, the reason people were hating on them at first is because they look like, I mean, they've made mids that look exactly like them. And people are like,
Okay.
these are lame.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, these
yeah.
are dumb. The only saving grace is there are photos. There was a player exclusive pair that looked like that Jordan actually played in. So
Hey,
that's
look.
the saving grace. It's the same as the New Beginnings pack, the white and red ones. People are like, that's not even an OG colorway.
I think they just didn't. I think they wanted to see how much people were into the silhouette idea, and if they are, then they can put the price up more for the really nice colorways.
Those are also player exclusives, the white and the red ones that come in the New Beginnings pack.
Yeah.
So people go, okay, that's what it is. I mean, you're 100% right. I think that the Jordan brand realized that people are going to get hyped up just over the silhouette returning.
Yeah.
So if people are going to get hyped up this much just because the silhouette's returning and hyped up this much because we're re-releasing the Bred colorway,
Exactly.
what if instead of combining them, we separated them?
And then a year later, give it to them what they wanted.
Exactly
originally.
what they wanted originally, which is why I'm saying that as more of those silhouettes come out, because I think that going forward, that's what the Jordan 1 silhouette is going to be when they start releasing OG colorways. That once they start releasing OG colorways,
Then they can't do anything. They can't go
Like,
up from there though.
but why are you going to lose your mind over the reverse Bred? If you could have the Bred,
limit the pairs.
to 23,000.
That's what happens. You limit the pairs then.
Right.
Just in case. Just in case.
Right. Which
You
is
know
why
what I mean?
I don't.
That's the game.
I think that the reverse bred. I think people are idiots if they're paying $900 for those shoes today.
Yeah.
I think that they are never going to retain that kind of value.
Well, they will. I mean, I feel like a lot more people are going to hold on to these shoes than we realize.
I mean, people can, but they're not going to want them.
You don't think so?
No, they're not going to. They're not a piece of history.
They do look a little bit like these shoes if they like were tied. If you tie these up really tight,
Yeah.
that's what those silhouettes remind me of. Like
Yeah,
they look that kind of
Because
idea.
in the 80s they used to
tie it up,
tie
really
it up
tight.
real
Like,
tight.
that's what the silhouette looks like. It's more catered to. So
But
I
that's,
get that.
That's
but,
what I mean because.
But
it's-
people love '80s memorabilia.
But it's not an OG colorway. So it's not really 80s memory. It's not like they're going to stop the silhouette. That's
You're
what I'm
right.
saying, that once that silhouette is available in original colorways, why are people going to lose their minds over a non-original colorway?
So how long do you think till we get those? You think this is going to be a multi-year kind of bleeding?
Yeah.
Bleeding, so, like we're not going to get them to 2023, 24 that you really want? Like, oh.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. The Chicago is due for a re-release before anything.
I love how you say that too as a fan. It's due for a re-release.
It is.
It's time. We need a new one, Nike.
We
Nike,
do.
come on.
It's time. Well, they've made a Bred since they made the last Chicago.
No, you're right. You're right.
And it's due for a release. It's time.
It's
Nike.
time. It's time.
It's time. Check your watch.
He's had it circled on his calendar.
Yeah. They were supposed to put out the Bred and the Chicago this year. Now they're not doing either.
No, because you haven't heard the new retro silhouettes that are coming out. That's why they can't. They know you can't buy all the shoes.
I mean, I'd like to if
I
you'd
know.
let me.
No, that's not how it's done.
No, you would like to, wouldn't you? We'd like you to continue to like to.
Also, as you do buy every single colorway of Jordan 1.
Not every single. I didn't buy those dumb satin ones, right, Hot Dog?
Yeah, no, you didn't.
You should have seen Hot Dog. He comes into Sirius the other day, and I asked him to be there at 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
At 6:45, he rolls in, and I'm like, "What happened?" And he rolled in, walking flat-footed, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "It takes forever to walk in these without creasing them."
I got so panicky.
We
with-
talked about it.
He was late for work because he was trying to walk around flat-footed, so he didn't crease his Jordan 1 satin, the black satin.
How can someone who's so not a sneakerhead be worried about the most sneakerhead things?
Plus, you could
because
just
if
buy
I'm
another.
investing in it, I
It's
don't.
not an investment.
not-
They're satin ones.
Once you-
just wear them.
Number one, they're available in Foot Locker.
Well,
so-
they are for me.
But how
but-
is it an investment if
Just
you could
wear
just like? Why would anybody buy them from you after you wore them if they could just get them at Foot Locker?
Yeah.
Well, it's for me. I don't want them to be creased.
So that's not an investment.
That's just what you want.
Yes.
I think Jordan 1s are arguably maybe the Dunks, but are one of the best shoes that look beaten up.
Look at what do you see here? All over.
I see a beautiful shoe. That's all I see.
all over. Just,
I'm new to this game. I'm just trying to keep.
We're trying to put you
fresh.
onto the game.
Yeah.
Just get to work on time with some little wrinkled shoes.
Yeah.
yeah. If anything, it's like to walk around in a beat up pair of Jordan 1s is like okay.
He wears
Okay.
them. He lives the life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, honestly, I will say I like a little bit of a beat up on a shoe. If it's too clean, it's like
Look at this.
Right.
Look at
just
that.
a little bit, just a little bit.
Look at all that.
A little bit. Yeah.
Let me know
You
you
see
live in
the
your best life out here in
The
them.
scuffing here, all over the place. I mean, I clean them.
Yeah, but
I'm
you,
just-
but you can tell the difference between a clean shoe and
Yes.
a shoe that, like, again,
Brand new, never worn.
exactly.
Yeah. And why would anybody have a pair of those like satin, never worn?
Yeah.
I mean, you could just get them in Foot Locker.
Well, I will say, you're one of the few exceptions. I've always, and I will always, even when I have the money one day to get as many whatever shoes I want,
Mhm.
I don't like people getting sneakers and then not wearing them. So, like, you do have all these sneakers, but you wear a lot of your sneakers that you get, and even if you don't have to wear them all the time,
No. Yeah.
But-
I know, once a week or so.
yeah, but don't be afraid because the sneakers
It's
are
hard.
you,
It's
hot
hard.
dog.
I'm trying. I'm
I
trying.
mean,
Evan.
I wear everything, but I double up and don't wear the double ups.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
found a way to finesse that game,
Right,
But what
right,
I'm saying
right.
is like most people out there when they're buying a pair of sneakers, they're only buying one pair, and I do know people that don't like to wear that pair, and that's like,
Right. Why would you go and buy the one pair?
like just buy stock in a company if you want something to sit to make money. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
there's better ways. Like if people are really worried about the money, like don't buy the shoe if you're not ready to wear it.
Especially, and Hot Dog being like, well, I'm protecting my investment. Once you put them on your feet, it's like taking a car out of a dealership.
Yeah, and
Like it depreciates immediately.
exactly. And they also like they're more valuable when you have time in them. I don't know. Like I feel
Yeah.
like after a pair of like 1 or 2 years in a pair of sneakers and they're still there, it's like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
And then you get to see your collection build up, and you're like, wow, I actually have all these cool different sneakers I can just throw on my feet and not be worried because it's regular for me.
That's okay. He's got the alert set for the Off-White 5.
We are good.
What about the creases for
Dude,
those?
it's going to drive me. First of all, if you get the Off-White 5s, you have to wear them all the time.
I'm gonna get maybe like 5 people to help me try to get this. I am ready. I wasn't ready today. I just
No.
woke up like an ass.
They're going to accidentally have it shipped to their house and just be like, I don't know where they went.
It's going to be so funny if he gets those shoes.
I kind of feel like
But
I
I'm
really
gonna-
hope they do.
I'm going to insist that he wears them every day. Like, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, there's no reselling.
No.
There's no, like, oh, I'm keeping him on ice. Like, no.
No.
None of that.
And you need to get all your like classic cliche pictures with the shoes, like hold it up to your ear.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Stuff
lick,
like that.
You got to lick the sole
I'll be
before you
obnoxious
wear
as
them.
hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except
I can
Hot
do
Dog
that.
will mess it up and wear them in the city and then lick the sole. And I'm like, that's disgusting.
What are you Tootsie Pop
what are
wrapper
you-
on the bottom of it?
What are you doing? He stepped in dog piss.
I thought it was cool. I thought you had to really taste the streets.
I got this. Watch. End of the month. I'll be rocking something new.
I don't know why you're. I mean, insuring us. What you do is like it's not gonna matter.
Well, I'll win it.
Like it doesn't mean it's not like you're gonna be more skillful. You just have to maybe get lucky.
No, it's
why
not
are you
lucky.
just
I'll
talking
It's
about the luck?
100% luck.
It's
No.
not like I'm gonna finesse it this time. Like
I have beginner's luck on my side.
you're
You
not
know you
beginning
don't.
anymore.
Yes, I
You're not
do.
beginning. You
You
have a pair
just
of
screwed up.
This was a warm up.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay. That does make sense.
Oh my! I just wanted to. All right. Well, we
So-
support you.
As Hot Dog jumps into the game is all changing. You see that Foot Locker put out the Flex. They say it's the Flex app, but I think it's just the Flex. I don't know. If
I
there's
didn't see this. No.
So Foot Locker has a new system, FLX, Flex, and it goes across all of their apps: Foot Locker, Champs, East Bay, Foot Action.
Mm.
And I think the idea is that now when you reserve a shoe, it reserves across all three.
Just in case.
So, well, no, because it makes it tougher now to get multiple pairs. Like before, I would go into Foot Action and Foot Locker and Champs and try to get reservations at all of them. So I think it's supposed to make it tougher to get multiple pairs, but easier to get a single pair. Except, here's the twist: you can earn points or buy points, and those points
Oh my! I don't want this system.
are how you get your head starts. I don't know if you
Oh,
ever used.
actually, that's kind of fun.
If you ever use the Foot Locker app, you could get head starts. You achieve a certain status, and then you just get like a 6 or a 7 minute head start. But that's just from buying sneakers. Like there's no points. It's just.
But wouldn't that just favor resellers because they're the ones who end up buying the most because they're more willing to spend that money because.
But then
they
there's
flip
other
it?
ways you can get head starts. You go into Foot Locker itself. You check in. You get another minute. You do here. You do this. You get another minute.
Like a scavenger hunt.
Kind of. Yeah.
I don't know if I love that idea on one hand, but I could really see that being abused by people that.
But the problem is now that you actually have to buy. You have to pay to get your head starts.
I mean, it's the game.
Paying to
It's,
get
well,
like.
you know what they you know what that reminds like we all know what bots are, right? You pay someone extra money and they're going to use technology stuff to go get you your sneakers.
Yeah, it sounds
before
like you got a
people-
real good handle on
No,
it.
I understand this very well. I actually wrote the Wikipedia page on it.
Yeah.
But what they're trying to do,
guy. He uses technology to get a sneaker.
yeah,
A bot.
you can make money profit and stuff.
Right. No, that makes sense.
It's a really simple game, Sam. I'll
Yeah.
explain it later. But what I'm saying is that they're just trying to monetize off that hole in the market. They're like, people are making money off of us, so let's just try to make our own version of bots. Like
They're
like,
supposed to make their money selling shoes.
yeah, but you know what it is. Like this system, I think allows it for them to be able to more streamline that process easier. Like you don't have to worry about people taking advantage of you.
Yeah, because you have to pay premiums on shoes from stores.
Yeah, but they figure the people that were going to pay the premiums for the bots are just going to pay them now for those premiums instead.
But they're still not guaranteed the way bots are.
No, but if say the premium's $20 and the bot's $40, maybe some people would be more inclined to just take a little bit of the risk with Foot Locker and save some money potentially.
What if you weren't using a bot?
I'm not saying it's logical. I'm telling you what they're thinking.
What if you weren't using a bot?
Life sucks then.
And now I got to pay Foot Locker $20?
Which is why I don't love it, but it's kind of clever, but I don't love it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You're looking at it from the perspective of what if I'm Foot Locker?
Yeah,
And I'm like, but I'm
that's
trying to really get
clever.
mine.
Like I get what they're trying to do, but it sucks.
Yeah.
But that's the game. We're beaten down.
We are.
The game is taking advantage of the consumer so much because we're one of those demographics that really is passionate about the product. We don't just like the product; we're passionate, and they take
Bro,
advantage of the
I'm
passion.
trying to buy 7 pairs of shoes this month.
Exactly.
And I'd like to get 2 of each.
I'm almost disappointed
That's
that
14 pairs of shoes. That's like,
You have 2 feet.
yeah. Best case scenario, I want to spend $3,000 on shoes this month. best case scenario, and they won't let me. That's where we're at.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
when you have a market like that in a capitalist economy, they're going to take advantage of it. And this is how they're doing it.
They got me. They got me, Reed.
I
I'm
know.
almost upset that you guys got me into this because I feel like this is going to bring upon a lot of disappointment that I previously did not have in my life.
It is so soul crushing. It ruins your day.
Yeah.
You get so, and it never gets better. And this is what I try. Like I was having a conversation with you before we
Never
got on
gets
the air.
better.
Like I'm sitting there, and I know that based on how lucky I've been on the sneakers app previously,
Mm-hmm.
I have no justification to be upset if I don't get something. It's the way the world's supposed to work. You get, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I've won some amazing stuff on the sneakers app. So if I don't win this time, like you're not supposed to win every single time, but when you don't win every single time, it hurts.
It hurts.
It hurts so bad in your soul every single time you don't win. You know what winning Travis Scott ones, and I'll mention it every show 100 times a show. What Travis Scott ones, getting those the right way on the app with no bots. You know what those did for me? I had a good Saturday, and that's it. Because the next day, it's back to the game and back to getting owls handed to you and feeling like a schmuck.
But that was a
caring
good
too much.
Saturday. That was a good
A
Saturday.
great Saturday.
Are
That's
the
the
highs
high.
worth all the lows?
Of course they are.
Well-
That's why we stay in this thing.
Okay.
We're like guys are going to an AA meeting, but instead of like recovering, we're just hyping up our addiction
get your
more.
next
We're
fix.
just like
Yeah.
talking about like, oh
That's
my
it,
god,
yeah. It's an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting for people who want to remain alcoholics.
yeah, it's just like we're just like hyping each other's addiction up to one day we're gonna be buying $1,000 sneakers. Be like, oh, it's an investment. It's an investment.
It's an investment. Can't crease them. It's an investment.
I actually saw something online that made me think of hot dog too. It's an anti-creaser. I definitely do not wear them.
Oh, that you put in the shoe
you
while
put
you
it
wear
in the
it?
shoe. They're like a toe cap, so like a hard toe cap you
Yeah.
put on.
Oh, okay.
It keeps it so
Look
like
into that.
yeah, it's not gonna cause horrible blisters on your feet or nothing,
Or
right?
yeah, make your shoes completely uncomfortable. So other than what we've talked about coming out this month, you got that two-tone Fear of God one. I don't know if you've seen it. It's like the white toe box, and then it comes
I'm
up
more
as
interested.
black.
I'm more interested. By the way, people were calling it on social media multicolored, and I know you.
I mean, I guess it's two colors.
That
It's
just shows
multi,
how
but
like boring the palettes have been. That
Yeah.
yeah, it's multi-shaded,
two-tone.
toned,
There's
multi-toned.
two tones. Yeah, yeah. So there's that. There's that Fear of God one. I guess Just Don and Air Force One are coming out with a blue high top. I'm not into Air Force One.
I think they look too much like the MCM ones to me.
Yeah, yeah. What else?
The Black Fear of Gods, the all
The
black
Black
ones.
Fear of Gods
I
are
like
coming
those a
out.
lot.
I haven't gotten into the Fear of Gods at all.
I mean, I haven't gotten into them either, but I like the Fear of
Yeah,
Gods
no, they're
shoes a lot.
cool.
There's one shoe you're missing that I'm surprised you haven't brought up.
Is it on the Yeezy end?
No.
Okay, because I'll tell you, on the Yeezy end, you got the 700 MNVNs, which, like, yeah, way to reinvent the game, Kanye.
I will say
take this shoe and put letters on it.
I don't love those shoes. I will say that. I mean, I don't love all of Kanye's shoes. I've been on here saying that like there's some shoes are trash.
And then at the end of the month, the Flax, Earth, and Taillight colorways of the 350 V2 are all coming out. And that's another one where, depending on where you are in the world,
yeah, no. So they're
a
special.
different shoe will be released. So they're special. So you forget that they look exactly like every other Yeezy that's ever come out.
What I'm saying is Kanye. I've been saying the game that they've been playing forever. Last episode we said it. I said it. They're playing the long game. The 350 was the 7th highest selling shoe of the year, like in terms of like models and stuff like that. Like it's they're making their money in the quantity, not the quality.
And that's what you're getting behind, huh? Quantity, not quality. That's what you think is the key to long-term success is quantity.
Well, they need to be able to get the quantity. They need to scale, and then I think eventually they're going to get back to the quality level.
Here's the thing.
I'm caping.
When you put out the same shoe over and over and over and over and over and over and
yeah.
over again,
Yeah, no, I know.
you know,
I hate when people just put out the same shoe over and
those
over
are two different colors.
and over again.
Those are three different colors.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, I know. That
Kanye's
sucks.
literally put the exact same shoe out.
No, he just, instead of changing the color, he changed the tone.
He doesn't even change the tone.
I think
He'll re-release the same shoe 150 times.
I think that's what Jordan does too, and he's just becoming the new
No.
Jordan. All right, we've gotten this debate before. The shoe I wanted to bring up, I'm surprised.
Kanye
you haven't-
literally put the zebras out 19 times. It's just the zebras.
Well, people keep buying them. I like the zebra.
But there's no difference. Like, you wouldn't say these are the 2000...
Well, because they started off so limited.
These are the 2011 zebras. These are the 2015 zebras.
No, because they started off so limited.
Now, Jordan's brand has never done that.
Well, Jordan's retroed their shoes. They just retro them quicker.
What?
Yeezy retros them quicker.
They're not retros because there's no year on them. There's no difference. It's just, we found some more.
They're starting off. Jordan's an established brand. I bet if we
How
went,
long has Yeezy been around? They've been around since you were a kid.
well, they're trying to expand. No, Yeezy. Kanye's been around since I was a kid. But
He said he wore Yeezys when he was a
I
kid,
didn't
right?
hear
No, I
that.
did. I did not wear
Yeah.
I did not wear Yeezys when I was a kid.
That's what you said.
I saw people wear Yeezys when I was a kid.
Okay, when you go to edit this, I want you to do a rewind function and go back to earlier in the show when you said you wore Yeezys when you were a kid. Do you even like dunks?
No, I'm not a big like. I didn't collect them when I was a kid like that.
Right.
I was a lot more into Jordans and just Nike and that kind of stuff. Yeezys, but I could never have Yeezys. But I could never have Yeezys.
Cut it
watch
like
me say it right now.
Cut it like Rick James talking about the couch.
No, I didn't do that. Yeah, I stepped all over his couch.
All right. Well, I might end up looking like an idiot, or already look like an idiot, and I just don't know yet. The shoe I want to bring up, though, I can't believe you.
Well, I'll tell you I brought up the Reebok has Tom and Jerry and Adidas has Mickey Mouse. Which do you think is better?
I think Tom and Jerry's a sleeper. I think Mickey. Oh,
I'll tell you what I like. The Reebok, I was looking at all the Tom and Jerry's. I don't like the one that has Tom and Jerry. Well, first of all, I don't care about Tom and Jerry, so that's part of it.
Tom and Jerry's kind of creepy. It looks like they skinned Tom and put him on the shoe.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the Tom and the Jerry. There's a Tom and Jerry where there's like 5 different pairs. So there's one that's a pump. There's one that's got them drawn all over it. But then there's a Tom where it looks like they skinned Tom and made a shoe.
Kinda
And
scary.
there's a Jerry where it looks like they skinned Jerry and made a shoe. I'm not going to get them, but I kind of like those. They're creepy.
They're creepy. That's
They
what
are
it
creepy.
is. It's like,
But I kind of like them. 2 that are supposed to be coming out this month that don't have release dates yet. I think one that you're excited about, one that I'm excited about. The one that you're excited about is the Yeezy Basketball Quantum, which you can't wear on the basketball court. Is that right?
If I get them, I'm playing in them.
But I mean, NBA won't let you because there's 3M.
I believe because if they have too much 3M, so when they take photos, Kanye loves that. Kanye loves the flash photos because I guess he's Mr. I'm Famous and paparazzi always takes flash photos. So every shoe he has, so yeah, basically they're saying that they reflect too much, that they're dangerous. Or honestly, I think what it is that the NBA makes money off of photos and the flash ruins the photos. So
Interesting.
They're like, hey,
Interesting theory.
yeah. No.
I mean, wouldn't Kanye want to go out of his way to make sure that basketball players were wearing his shoes? Like, isn't that really good for business?
he's Kanye. They know who he is.
Oh.
We're good. We don't need
No, you're
basketball
right.
players. We actually, I think the better
He'll
story.
be wearing them when he's on stage
No,
with
I
Joel
think
Osteen.
I think the better story is that Kanye's basketball shoes are so fly that players are willing to take the fine to wear them, and that's a story in and of itself. That it's kind of like the band colorway look.
I mean, it's literally the Jordan story.
Being reinvented for the new generation.
It's not reinvented. It's the same story.
Being reused for the new generation, which is
Copied.
why he's the next generation's Michael Jordan in sneakers.
No, you know why? Because Michael Jordan didn't copy anybody. Kanye copying Michael Jordan doesn't make him the next Michael Jordan.
I mean, just business-wise, you got to follow your idols, man. You got to work
But
until
that's
your
it.
idols become your rivals.
You don't become the next person that you idolize if you repeat what they did. Because
You perfect it. You say repeat,
No.
I say perfect.
Because the person that you idolize didn't do that. If you idolize a person, you want to be like them, you have to innovate like them.
I'm gonna innovate. I'm gonna innovate by adding on to what they did.
What's he adding on?
But you got to follow the path they. So if
What,
they,
because
if
it's
they paid-
3M instead of black and red
I
colors?
mean, this is getting kind of deep in a conversation. You're right. Maybe I am being a little bit of a cape, but I am a Kanye stan. But what I'm saying is that I think
I thought
that,
you think he's triggered.
Yeah, it's happening again.
Sorry, is it happening again? Oh.
It is. Yeah.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
What I'm saying is that I think the things that we're discussing, they've discussed in Adidas, of course. So they're either, honestly, what they might end up doing is releasing these with the 3M, and then like they do a lot with the Yeezy sneakers, is they then release a pair without the 3M.
Yeah, probably.
Like, I mean, that might be the solution. That I sound stupid for even getting upset in the other way. Then they could probably end up doing that.
yeah.
I think the sneakers look dope, and they got Boost in them, which I'm excited about.
you love Boost.
I love Boost. I wear James Harden's basketball shoes because they have Boost
Because
in
of
them.
Boost.
They're so nice.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
with you. I'm good.
Consistent. I might be irrational, but consistently irrational.
That's right. No, I'm not. Yeah, you're not a hypocrite.
Thank you.
That's one thing you're not.
Just dumb.
I mean, yeah, you're an idiot, but you're not a hypocrite.
Consistently stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should
you.
be the name of Reed's album.
Consistently stupid.
The Travis Dunk low.
Thank
Is
you.
that
I'm
what
about
you're
to
gonna
say.
bring up?
I knew
you
I'm saying. Like the majority of the show has been talked about dunks and Travis Scott. I'm like, you know, I mean, I want to see how you feel about them because I have a best friend named Darren who is a Travis Scott
My best
stan.
friend is named Darren, and Darren says, "I have a best friend whose name is Darren." Like, what are you in Kindergarten?
Close to it.
My best friend Darren says.
What I'm saying is he's a big Travis Scott fan. He's a big Travis Scott fan.
My best friend Darren loves Travis Scott. Do you think he walks around going, my best friend Reed is a big Kanye fan. He's really easy to get going.
That is true too. I'm giving the credentials so you understand where this person's coming from because
he's your best friend.
Well, because someone whose opinion I value.
He's my best friend.
No, if you want to get into
How do I know I could trust this guy?
Well, he's my best friend. Well, because the opinion itself is a lot more authentic. Because if you're talking to someone who casually, they might not be as honest with you.
You don't know him casually, or how do you know him?
Someone who's your best friend, you're more honest with.
How do you even are 23 years old and still have a best friend?
Well, I have more. Never mind. Okay, what I'm trying to say is
Darren is technically my third best friend. Richard is my second best friend, and my first best friend is named Eddie. And I've known Eddie since kindergarten, but I don't see him as much anymore. I see Darren more. My second best friend, he doesn't like Travis Scott, so he doesn't really pertain to this conversation.
Okay. Well, I'm.
What did Darren say? I'm really curious to find out what
That's
was.
not even his name, Darian. Never mind.
What was Darren's take on it? What was best friend Darren's take?
He thought they were super ugly.
Yeah.
And I think they're super cool. I love them.
Well, look,
so much.
I looked at them, and I like them a lot, and I'm gonna try to get them. And
You like them a lot. They're not too wild for you with the whole I love the twine lacing and then the bandana. And
I'll tell you this though, it was the first pair that I looked at that I liked. Maybe the Air Force One too, but I'm not an Air Force One fan, so I take the Air Force One out of it because I'm not an Air Force One guy really, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I really just concentrate on the Jordan releases and now this Dunk release. And it was the first time, because I wouldn't have bought the Air Force One anyway, but it was the first time that I looked at it and I said, I like that. I'm going to go for it. If I get it, I'm going to rock it hard. But if that wasn't Travis Scott, I probably wouldn't want it. It was the first.
That's a good moment of honesty.
Like the Travis 4s right there. I love those. I don't care who, the Cactus Jacks, I don't care who made them.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's Travis Scott or not. Like, that's probably my favorite 4s. I like them even better than the Bred 4s.
Really?
Yeah, I don't look at all black shoes though. So the 6s, the same way. Once I got them and put them on, I was like, this isn't about Travis Scott anymore. It's just an amazing pair of shoes. I love these shoes.
Yeah.
And the 1s, it's in my short list of favorite Jordan 1s.
Well, the Jordan 1 did, Travis Scott did do enough with different in terms of design that it doesn't feel like it is a new shoe.
No, it's a special. Yeah,
it's a special
exactly.
shoe, which I do appreciate from this collab.
Exactly. But the Dunks, I looked at and I said, I really like them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get them. I'm excited about them. But I don't think I would like them if they wasn't Travis Scott. I think that
They're a little bit too gimmicky.
they're super gimmicky. And they're a super departure. And I would rather just have regular laces.
I assume the regular laces come with it, right? They wouldn't just give you twine.
Yeah. But I wonder, what's going to be the look?
I think it would be cool as if they gave you the shoes with no laces and then you bought the shoebox, but they used the twine to, tie a bow around the top of it.
Oh, so you had to take the twine off
and
lace
it up.
Yeah,
I think that'd be
cool.
a cool look to it.
That'd be cool because then it's you're lacing it with a different thing.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. It is very gimmicky, but gimmicks are things that work that we just don't think are cool enough. That's really what it is.
Again, I'm gonna try to get the shoe. I love the shoe.
Would you double up?
Oh my god. You kidding me? That's an easy double up.
It is?
All of these are double ups. I needed that, and that's why it's so complicated, right? Because I'm like, okay, maybe I'll get those plum dunks on StockX or something.
Yeah.
But I don't just have to pay over for one pair.
Two.
That's what I'm saying.
And you don't want to be the dude who has to pay resale for two and then.
So now I have to sell enough to pay for two.
It's a lot.
Right.
But resale too.
Resale. So these are the choices that we make. So I can't wait to come back next month or so and really assess how February went for all of us.
Well, it's already not going too well, man. I think it's gonna get even worse because I do think I'm gonna put the energy out there. I think Hot Dog's gonna get his first pair of Jordan 5s.
You think he's gonna get the off-whites?
Put that energy out there.
I think he's gonna win it.
I hope so. Should we do hashtag
and then get jumped a week later?
Hashtag off-whites for Hot Dog?
Hashtag off-whites for Hot Dog.
Off-whites for Hot Dog.
Make this energy.
Maybe Nike will or Jordan will see it and they'll think he's a Make-A-Wish kid or something like that. We can vaguely pretend he doesn't have. And then we get.
He needs his first pair.
Yeah.
He's his first pair.
And it will also be his last.
Yeah.
Something like that.
To make a wish.
Of course.
Off-whites for hot dog. Hashtag I'm with it.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
Hashtag
And you
off-whites
know
for
what?
hot dog, and then
Yeah.
we'll start one for me.
No, you're good.
Yeah,
All
you're
right,
good.
I'm good. I'm good.
You're
I'm
good.
good. I know.
Have you've got, I gave you for Christmas, have you thought about what your pair is going to be
Yeah,
yet?
I'm getting a pair of Yeezys. I was waiting for the right pair. Like I want a pair like the black ones that kind of I can wear in a lot of situations. I love black Yeezys.
You want a pair like the black ones because it's the one pair that doesn't look exactly like every other pair that comes out?
Yeah, I will say, again, I think just like family members, you love your family members, but you know they're not perfect. I love Kanye and I love
Right.
Yeezy shoes. They're not perfect. They do tend to release shoes that one might call similar.
Yeah.
They might say like, hey, I could see why people think, hey, you just changed a few things up, which is fine. I don't need to buy them all.
I think I might be done. You don't believe me?
Well,
I think I might be down with Yeezys.
not forever, for a while.
Like I'm
I
still
can
going to
see
wear
that.
the ones that I have. Like I still love these. I still
But
love
not
the Wave
forever. I think
Runners.
I think you're gonna give it a little bit of time. I think once these eventually burn out, because eventually he can't keep re-releasing these, I think that new shoes are gonna come and you're gonna love them again.
Like the Yeezys, the 350s, the ones that I'm looking at. Maybe I start getting rid of some of those.
Do you think it's tied with his music? Like you think he's just getting to that?
Maybe he puts out that last album, and I'm like, come on, dude.
Yeah. I think it's just kind of
Come
like
on. Like if you're gonna talk so much, you at least got to put out hits.
yeah, and like I don't know, like if you spend so much time going to church and stuff, is he really designing these shoes the way he should?
I don't think that Joel Osteen is inspiring him to make the best shoes.
I think you're
You know what I
saying.
mean?
It's not a popular opinion, but I will say, I think that the Yeezy brand's too big that even if Kanye kind of fell off like that, people in that company wouldn't allow that to happen. Do you know what I mean? That's where I think we've gotten to this level with Yeezy brands here.
I don't think you're 100% sure how bubbles work.
That's something I like to keep to myself, though. Thank you.
All right, guys. You can follow Reed at
the Gram by Reed
at the Gram by
Instagram.
Reed
on
You-
Instagram.
That's right. Of course. His Twitter
On
address
Twitter.
is at the Gram by Reed. Actually, that would be hilarious.
I
like-
don't really use Twitter like that.
I
but
just wanted to make social media all the same. It's all at the Gram by Reed. Facebook / the Gram by Reed.
Weird that wasn't taken on Twitter.
MySpace by Reed.
The Gram by Reed on Instagram. You can follow the show at NotShoes_IG.
Please do.
And tune in here on this channel in another month or so. We got Sam Roberts Now is happening all the time. We got another YouTube channel, youtube.com/NotSamWrestling for all the wrestling content. And of course, our third YouTube channel with all the Sam Roberts Now clips, youtube.com/SamRobertsNow. So subscribe to all three channels. Keep up to date with everything that's going on. Subscribe, like, leave some comments on this. Maybe we'll get to the comments on the next show.
For sure. That's a great idea.
Let you know what happens as February wraps up. We'll let you know if we got hashtag off-whites for hot dog and a whole lot more. Thank you, Reed.
Thank you.
Thank you, hot dog.
Pleasure.
And we'll see you next time right here on Not Shoes.